Hi, this is Tanya from Love Butter Tarot, back with the cards of today for the 1st of February 2017. We finally got there. The cards today aren't that good though. So sorry, I think there's still a little bit of the January energies on. Quite interesting, these cards as well. So I'll, I'll start straight away with them, start at the beginning. The first card that we have here is the Five of Cups. Now, like I say, I love these cards, but this card isn't pleasant at all. And what comes through with this card is a feeling of sorrow, a feeling of isolation, a feeling of loss. There's disappointment, there's disillusionment. This is basically just this huge head fog of um like loss of hope, really. This is what it's saying. And this usually comes in or in the emotional sense as well. If we have a look, the guy's like holding his head in his hand, and and feeling pretty sorry for himself as well. There's a When this card comes in, I always feel like it's sort of like attending a pity party. This is what comes in, and we all do it. We're all guilty of that. Now, there may be within this card as well, there may be a lot of regret. Um, and it might be something's ended or something hasn't worked out how you wanted it to or whatever, but I always say, like, regret what you have done, not what you haven't. It's like I say, you never lose within anything. I say this time and time again, and it's like you either win or you learn. So, you learn from every situation. Within this card as well, there's often a thing of like, maybe feeling like a bit of a fool, or you maybe might have put your trust somewhere. Um, and like I say, it hasn't been looked after, or you've sort of come a cropper sort of thing. So this card is saying that might be why you are feeling at a bit of a low ebb. If you have these expectations, expectations are the root of all disappointments. So like I'm saying, what I want to say with this card is, things are never as bad as they seem. You are looking at what you have lost, but not what you still have. Now, Spirit are bringing into me there, you haven't lost, you've gained. Right, okay, so there's something here that you've gained. This actually is ringing really, really true. Yeah. So this is saying, like tap into your emotional strength here. Yeah, it's hard, when we think, all right, okay, this has happened, and I haven't got the strength. Of course you've got the strength. You always have the strength. This guy in here is just choosing to focus on the bad. Some people who have nothing are the ones who are the ones with smiles on their face, the ones who are prepared to give what little they have to other people. So this card is saying, do not focus on the bad. You are actually in a much better position than a lot of people. So like I say, this card is saying, well, whatever has happened to you, if this has been around somebody else, forgive them. Forgive them is not actually condoning what they've done or whatever, but by forgiving them, you are taking the gun down that you've been holding at your own head, and you are freeing yourself. So this is when we don't forgive, or when we feel wronged by either the universe or by another person or whatever, we start to carry with us bitterness, we carry anger, we carry resentment. So the person that is hurting is you, not the person who is the root of all of this, or whatever. And this is still allowing them to have control over your life in some way as well. But it's not them that's feeling the pain. And if we have a look at this card, it's like he's followed the path of misery. I mean, if we have a look here, there's a house there. There's a lovely little house. It's like the fire's burning next to it. There's solid foundations as well. That's solid foundations. But he's chosen to go down this path of sort of misery. That is it. And then wondering why, like, all right, well, why do I feel like this? Because we've talked about gratitude this week, because by not being grateful for what you actually have, that is when it can slip away from you. So, like I say, this is, the cups are spilt there. There's two still standing though. So this is saying that it's not all bad. Not everything is lost. And I really feel within this card, what I'm getting here is you have gained more. Like I say, this is quite interesting that this is coming in, because this is really the way I've been feeling. I think whenever within life, whenever our trust is betrayed, or whenever we feel let down, what we have done is we have been given a gift by whoever has done that. Whether it's the universe, whether it's a person or whatever. And we have been given this gift because if somebody has those qualities, then that is not what you want around. So what this guy needs to do, he needs to actually, like I say, stop holding his head in his hands, stand up, be proud, see that he still has his self-belief and that he can hold his head up high. Get back on the road to recovery rather than floating down this road of misery. If something's gone, let it go. That means it wasn't meant for you. So rejoice and celebrate in this rather than wallowing. And this is what is happening here. He's wallowing because it's like, oh yeah, it's poor me. It isn't poor you. It's, what, there's people out there who have less, who are happy. So whatever you've got does not make you happy. Now, when I look at this card as well, it reminds me a little bit of the Hermit. But within the Hermit card, the Hermit goes off, and the Hermit actually seeks his solace in spiritual places. This guy is, like I say, he's not. It's just all consumed in how bad his life is and how wrong, how he's been wronged. And that is no way to live. Because whatever he may be regretting is something that at the time he would have wanted. So, it's like, come on, you have to take responsibility for yourself and the part that you're playing within your life as well. And I'm sorry, I really feel like I'm giving a telling off today, but this is what is coming through. So it's like, although you may be feeling like everything is lost at the moment, it isn't. And one day you will look back on this time, you will see how much you've grown. You will look at the situation and you will be thankful that it's happened how it did. It's an old cliche, but it's like everything happens for a reason. So this card is saying, dust yourself down, pick yourself up. Remember how blessed you actually are, and know that the show must go on. You have a choice in life. We all have a choice. We can either be the victim or we can be the victor. And that's what this card is saying, So bit of a telling off with that one. It's not that good. Neither's the Osho card, so I'm really sorry for these today. When we look at this card, it's the miser, if we have a look. And again, not a nice... In fact, she looks quite like Theresa May there, doesn't she? I've just noticed that. Right, okay. That's making me laugh. Right, so within this card, it looks like she's quite harsh, but she isn't. This woman is actually pretty sad. And what this is saying is she's like closed herself off. She's put this wall around. This is mine, and she's clinging to what she has, because she's holding on that tightly. Now, this could be holding on that tightly to this pain and this poor me attitude. It could be holding on tightly to money. It could be holding on tightly to expectations as well, And the thing is, she cannot actually enjoy what she is grabbing onto, because she is always looking over her shoulder to see, is there somebody coming to take a bit more? And within life, we will come across takers. We will, and especially if you are a giver. But what you need to look at is you done what you said you were going to. If somebody abuses that is their bag, Like I say, you put yourself up by taking that risk, to do it. But don't change you. We all get shit on from time to time. This is life, but it will happen again. But the thing is don't change you and take it as a lesson here, And like I say, if somebody, we were talking about it the other day, and one of my friends said to me, you would take a sweet out of your mouth and give it to somebody if they wanted it, Tanya. And yeah, I would. And that has not served me well throughout life. But, at the end of the day, if I've got something, anybody can have it. And that is the way I live my life, you know. And I'm not going to let, because some people have taken advantage of that in the past, and there has been, you know, over the years, there's been quite a lot of it. But, you know, I am still the same person, and I'm still prepared to be me, because I'm not going to let the actions of somebody else, you know, or the fact that life has dealt me a bad hand a few times, I am not going to let that change me, because if I do, then the positivity, the hope that I always have will be gone, and I will live in misery. So I don't, you know, it's like, right, get up, new day, start again, you know. You kick me 7 times, I get up 8. And this is what this card is saying. This is what these cards are saying today. You know, it's like the show isn't over. You know, you just have to keep getting up and realize, you know, that in life we will get disappointments. In life we will get kicked. In life, when we're kicked and we're on the ground, we will get kicked again. But that is life. And then the gifts come. And when you can take a gift from this, you know, when you can actually see that this is a positive, and this is making you stronger, this is making you more aware of people, this is making you more aware of your inner strength and your resilience as well, then you will realize what a gift you are getting within any situation like this. So this is saying, you know, you may be feeling, you may be feeling hurt, you may be feeling lost, you may be feeling lonely, you know, but this is your way of thinking. Look at what is there, you know. Stuff will not make you happy. It won't, you know. So please stop clinging to it, or stop clinging to any expectations that are around with it, because this is, I feel, the root of the problem here, you know. And this is what is rocking your security, and this is what is rocking your stability as well, you know. Now there's a fear of being vulnerable as well. And it's like a lot of people find it very hard to express themselves emotionally, you know, and that is frustrating. If you have something to say, or you're feeling something, then let it out. It doesn't matter how other people are going to react or how they're going to take that. You are actually releasing what is inside of you, and you are being you as well, you know. So like I say, this is just, it's not really a nice card. And like I say, this is when you are vulnerable as well, this is what's coming in here, you know. When you are vulnerable, and when you do take risks, then, you know, that is actually, you are trying to move forward in life. You are showing your vulnerability, which is a beautiful thing. And if you take the risk for something, then it's something you wanted at the time. So, you know, if it didn't work out, cool, forget it, you know. Every time when I look at my life, every time that I was open and vulnerable and took a risk, you know, I'm glad that I did it. Even if that was met with rejection, you know, at least I tried, and at least I was open. I wasn't closed off like this miser in this card, you know. So like I say, if people take advantage of that, and people don't respect it, and people don't respect who you are, that is their bag. Do not let this change you. You know, in life we can't always get what we want, but we always have what we need, and that is the most important thing. You know, wants are very different to needs. And when you actually realize what you have and look at that and find happiness within that, you will find more things come to you, and you will actually let go with this as well. So this is saying, you know, try to open up today. Try to replenish control as well, because I really feel there's a massive, this big control thing here. I mean, there it's like he's in control of his emotions, but he is wanting to go down this route of poor me victim mode. You know, she's blocking herself off. She is in control of letting go of, you know, her riches, her possessions, the walls she's built around her, but she's choosing not to. She's just looking over her shoulder, maybe to see who's coming to get what's hers, or maybe to see what other people have as well. And actually, if we have a look, there's quite a lot of green in there. So that's sort of a bit like, sort of like I say, green with envy, you know. Oh, what have they got? Look at what they've got. And it's not, it's about what you have as well. Now, if we have a look at her face, it's not very nice. And I've just got in there, they've just brought it into me. If you have, I think it was Roald Dahl that said, if you have positive thoughts, they will shine out of your face, and you will always look lovely, you know. And I really believe that. There's a lot of people I have met throughout life, and the ones who are tight and wizened and look old before their time are the ones who have all of this stuff pent up in them, and you can see it in people's face, and you can see the regret, but you can see that that regret has turned to bitterness and turned to anger and turned to venom, and that venom that they have is only actually poisoning themselves, so don't get any venom that you have in you. Get that out, let it out, because you always want to look lovely, and you will when you are not tied up with resentment and you are not actually eaten up from the inside. So this card is saying, let it go. Let any disappointment go, let any expectations go, let any need for control go, and take down any walls that you've built up, because all they are doing, they're bringing in there about all you are doing is segregating yourself. I was going to say, they then talked about wars. They then showed me again the political wall that's being talked about a lot, and all that is doing is segregating. That is it. It's segregating. But when you segregate, and that wall that is being built is actually bringing more people together. So, like I say, walls don't work. Right, I'm not even going on that. So, what Osho says about that card is, the moment you become miserly, you are close to the basic phenomenon of life, expansion and sharing. The moment you start clinging to things, you have missed the target. You've missed. Because things are not the target. Your innermost being, is the target. Not a beautiful house, but a beautiful you. Not much money, but a rich you. Not many things, but an open being available to millions of things. Now, I have a situation going on at the moment. I probably shouldn't talk about it, but there's a situation that has become apparent today. And it's regarding money, and it's regarding money that is not really mine to pay. It's because of somebody else's. But it's like I say, it's caused a lot of problems for me. And at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to get myself out. If initially I was like, all right, what do I do? And then, you know what? I'm not going to. This will get sorted either way, and that's it. Let it go, because it's not about the money in the bank. It's about the riches in you. And like I say, it's about being the beautiful you and not having this resentment or anything. So, just let it go. This card here, the Osho, the Colette Baron Reid card, is the Thinker, but it's in the protection position. Now, when we talk about the protection position, I've said this before, this is a warning. This is, these cards will give warnings on what is getting us wrong. And if we have a look here, this woman is, I'll turn it around that way so you can see it. She's sitting like on a box here, but she doesn't look, I don't know if you can see that. She doesn't look happy. She's contemplating, bit like this guy in this card as well. And what this card is saying, I mean, how she's not even fallen off that box, I don't know. This card is talking about, I mentioned this before, and I think this was just last week or this week. This is like analysis paralysis, When we allow all of this fear and all of this, like, woe is me, and this has happened, that's happened, I haven't got this, I haven't got that. When we allow all of this into our mind, what it does is it just causes us to freeze. I was talking to a friend about this yesterday, and they were talking about what is going on in the world and how scared they were, and the fact that they hadn't slept the night before because of what could happen. And I just said, look, I have the same fears as you. It is scary, but you can't do anything to control it. You not sleeping last night is not going to solve that. Look at the positive in it. Look at the people that are coming together to protest all over the world here. There is a positive in it. Protests don't always work, but sometimes they do. So change can happen. So rather than focus on, oh shit, this is it, it's a scary place, this is where I am. Look at the positives. Look at the possible outcomes, positive outcomes, rather than looking at the doom and gloom outcomes, because this is what is coming in with today, and you're trying to think everything through logically and trying to make this mind map in your mind, and sometimes in life things go off course, but that is life, but you will deal with them because you don't have any other option. It's like I say, life is hard, yes, but it's a lot easier than the alternative. So this is time. Give your mind a rest, okay? I'm feeling very, very tight. My shoulders, everything. Relax. When you cause yourself to be in this, like, this stress and everything, this can actually make you ill. Now, like I say, we're looking at this guy as well, and I don't know if any of you are aware of Louise Hay, and the Louise Hay thought of illness, and basically what she believes is that any illness we have comes from something emotional inside of us. And if you are stressed like this all the time, or you are going replaying old hurts or stuff like that over and over and over in your head, that is what your body, that is the signals your body is getting on a daily basis. And you are putting your body cells, you are putting your organs, everything under stress, because this is when the adrenaline's coming and everything like that. You are either going to suffer burnout, you are going to wear yourself out, or you will break down. So the thing is stop it now before it gets this, because this overthinking, is keeping you stuck, and it is not giving you solutions. So focus on the solutions rather than the problems. That's what this is saying. Clarity will go when you let go of this feeling of, look at what I've lost. When you let go of this fear of what you could lose or what could possibly happen, and once you let go of the need to control things, that is when clarity will come, and not before that. Whatever problem you are facing at the minute, there is a solution to it, because there always is. But if you don't focus on that, and your focus is this problem, that is what you will get engulfed in, and that is not healthy for you on a mind, body and soul level. So this is, look at solutions. If something isn't how you want it to be, that may be because it's not how it's meant to be, but it is how you need it to be at the moment, because you either have something to learn from that, or you need to take a detour and look in a different way. Okay? When we are going in the direction that we're meant to, we will flow and things flow. When they're not, when you come to a roadblock, that is because there is usually danger ahead. So it is sending you in another way. Okay? So, like I say, any problems at the moment, look at how you can solve them, not how they are stopping you. Because what is stopping you is your thought process around these problems. Okay? So, I'm really, really sorry. I feel like I've given everybody a right telling off there. When I actually read, those of you that are new, I sit, and whatever comes through to me, I give it. And this can be, sometimes some of my guides are very gentle and they're very nice, and sometimes they're pretty brutal and harsh, but they always give the best advice, so I just come out with it. So please, I say it time and time again, don't shoot the messenger. It's not my fault. I'm nice, really. I have lovely thoughts and stuff like that all the time, so please don't shoot the messenger. I just give the message that is meant for that day. So I hope you have a lovely day. If anybody would like a reading with me, please get in touch. There's been a little change with the readings, because like I say, there's a lot of stuff coming on. I also have stuff going on with home and things like that, and it's trying to find the time. And to be honest, I'm getting a little bit run ragged with everything, because even answering messages and that takes up time. My readings are £35 for half an hour. I am going to have to be a little bit more strict with time with these, because I do tend to run over. If I have the time, that's great, but not when there's at the expense of other clients, so I have to respect that as well, in the same way I respect you as a client. There is also now same day readings, or classed as emergency readings. So if somebody contacts me and wants a same day reading, if I can do, I do have a few windows that I've actually left in order to put these emergency readings on a daily basis. But because it usually takes a little bit, there's more my admin and it's more rushed and things like that, and often I have to leave things behind. They are a little bit more expensive than another reading that is booked sort of 24 hours in advance. So please bear that in mind. But like I say, I am there. I do care very, very deeply about all of my clients and about my work as well. But, I need to sort of keep myself good, because if I'm giving far too much of myself away, I need to be able to share, and, to share this out, equally as well. And like I say, there's just little things like this that I do have to I do have to bring in, because like I say, if I burn out and my head gets, then I'm no good to any of you. Okay, or myself. So I hope you understand that, and like I say, thank you to all of the new subscribers for watching. You know, it really has blown me away, and I'm very, very grateful for that, and that comes from the bottom of my heart. And to all of the people who have been messaging me, telling me that they've had readings. And I had a great one last night. A girl, I told her she was going to get offered a job, and she was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, this job's amazing and all of this. And she was like, don't be silly, that's not going to happen. Within 2 days, she sent me an email. She'd been contacted. I actually got an email last night from her to say that she's got the job, and this is traveling around the world, and basically a job beyond her wildest dreams. So she was thanking me very much, because she said once she'd been told that it was going to happen, she had been able to keep her hope, even though it seemed absolutely impossible at the time. You know, impossible breaking down is only I'm possible. So that sort of fits in a bit with today's cards as well. Anything is possible. You just have to believe it. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow with the cards of today. Satnam.